Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I am Kathy Cronin, and I would like to introduce the lovely ladies that are joining me on this panel. We have Karen Downy, Linda Baker, and Reverend Linda. And before I get into my topic that I would like to discuss or share with everyone, let's take a little moment to get centered, to get focused on just being in the present moment. So if it helps to close your eyes to shut out the distractions around you and focus on the breathing, and planting your feet firmly on the ground just helps you feel that Mother Nature, Mother Earth is there supporting you and keeping you grounded. And just breathe slowly in, bringing in light and love and the feeling of euphoria. And as you exhale, you release stress, you release tension, you let go of everything that you no longer need to right this moment in time. Whatever is going on will be there, but just take this time to be present, to be with us as we talk and discuss something that can be of enlightenment and enrich our lives. And we call upon the heavens, the Heavenly Fathers, God, Spirit, Jesus, the angels. We ask all that are there to support us in our journey, to be with us ever present, and to guide us through this day. Amen. So today I'm taking a reading from, it's an oracle of the Angel Guide Oracle cards. And the thing is, did you know your angels are constantly ready to share guidance with you? Yet so often we're distracted by daily life and don't recognize these divine signs when they come our way. And this card that I'm reading from is from the Angel Guide deck. It's by Kyle Gray. He is one of the world's leading angel teachers. He's a best-selling author of 7 books. And this is the Oracle card deck that I'm using. Let's see if I can get this in focus. There we go. So it's called the Angel Guide Oracles. And I'm going to talk give you a little introduction on the angel cards and about the angels. There are divine beings, and this is what he wrote in his introduction. There are divine beings standing by, waiting to guide and protect us. They are called angels. Angels are traditionally known as the messengers of God, but I've come to discover that there is much more to them than that. Angels are extensions of divine love. If you were to imagine the universe as a giant heart, and that heart was beating, each beat would be an angel. When we are connecting with an angel, we are connecting directly with the heart of God. Angels are not separate from God or the universe, but one with. Every single one of us has a guardian angel, a divine being who has been with us from the moment we were given the opportunity to come to this planet to learn and grow. That being is our angel guide. And our angel guide knows us like no other being. They were made for us. Our growth is their purpose. But angels are governed by spiritual law. So even though our angel guide is dedicated to us, they can't intervene in our life unless we welcome them in. This is because we have free will, which gives us the opportunity to learn and grow as we navigate our way through life. Working with angel cards, such as the deck that I'm using, helps us open or strengthen our communication channels with the angels. So the angel guide is a practical spiritual tool. It's not about fortune telling that will allow you to tap into wisdom and support of the angels around you. And I want to share the card that really meant a lot to me. I was going through a very tumultuous situation recently, and for months I prayed. Turned it over to God. I did the work that needed to be done. I affirmed the positive. I hoped for the best, and I always kept saying, God, my God is so big that this will be handled. And I basically got to the point where I just was not able to deal with the outcome that was opposite of what I had prayed for months and what worked so hard to do. And I went to bed that night so disappointed. And I basically thought, God, I don't understand this. So I went to the angel deck to pull out the angel to help me understand what was going on that I could not accept and what I needed to know. And the angel card that I pulled out was Sacred Plan. And this is the picture of the sacred, oops, I gotta go this way. The Sacred Plan card. Oops, I don't know that we're getting it. But um, and so this is what I learned from this, and it gave me peace to accept um what was going on around me that I, prayed for and didn't get my prayers answered. It says, the message of the sacred plan, angel card is this card doesn't represent the plan that God has for your life, more the plan that comes to fruition based on your intentions and your highest good. You have been given the incredible gift of free will, and therefore your thoughts, deeds, actions, and intentions are in some way going out into the universe and curating the experiences, opportunities, and energies that are flowing in and out of your life. When this card appears, you are being encouraged to move into a state of surrender where you recognize that, yes, your intentions have an impact on the creation of your life, but how those intentions unfold is not down to you, but in the hands of God. The divine plan is your intentions unfolding in a way that God, the universe, feels is for your growth and highest good. Know that every experience you have been through in your life has been a waymaker on your journey towards growth and expansion, and your angels are acknowledging your growth now. So, in an extended message to this, as you are trying to force a plan into action, which I was doing, the angelic guidance is to back down and trust in the greater good. Lesson very much I needed to hear and know. Often, when something isn't happening for us, we're frustrated. That's only because we don't see that our perfect plan is unfolding. When your ideas or plans go wrong, trust that the universe has a greater plan for you. And that greater plan isn't something that has already been chosen for you. It's more of a culmination of all your life's intentions, prayers, and actions washing back towards you with opportunities and experience. Well, I wanted to share this since we're going into a starting of a new year, and a point in time of new things that are unfolding in front of us. Changes are happening around us. And I had to learn this lesson that I need to surrender. I need to surrender that things will unfold as it is in God's plan, not my plan or what I wanted to have, but in God's plan. And so often in our life, if we're faced, we've had a medical test done and we're waiting for the outcome, and it's like you got to know somewhere along the line, this isn't what you had hoped for, what you want. There's a sacred plan unfolding in front of you, and you may not understand what it is or why it's happening that way. And sometimes you may feel like I did, like, God, did you forsake us? Did you go on vacation and forget about what was going on? Uh, you know, it sort of is a point of just remembering to surrender that there is something greater than myself, greater than those around us, and that in the end we'll understand it. But for right now, is we can choose to go with the flow. We can move in a positive direction and we can believe in a positive outcome that out of all of this, we will grow and that which is for our greatest good. So I just really wanted to share that whatever's going on in a person's life or your life personally, there is a sacred plan for you, that being open and surrendering and moving through it and taking the positive helps get through each and every day. And sometimes it's not just for you, it's for the general overall universe. So I want to open this to my panel to hear their input on this, and what they have to say or share, and how angels have inspired or come into their life.
Did I hear you right when you said we have to welcome the angels into our life to have them guide us? Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
we have to invite them in. They're there, they're waiting for us to be, to be with us, but we have to, and they can't intervene. We have to invite them into our life. We have to call upon our angel to guide us to be there.
That's interesting. When the angels have been in my life, it wasn't because I even thought that they were out there or were real, but they showed up. You heard the story about my car accident and all the people that came and surrounded the car, and started to pray with us around the car. And they were all angels. They absolutely were. They were, they I thought they were strangers, but no, they were angels. And the people at the hospital and on the way to the hospital, I was overwhelmed with angels. It's a wonderful experience. It's a terrible thing to be in a car wreck, but it's a great experience to to have the angels to help you through it. And they just kept coming into my life during that time period for many months. It was quite an experience, but that was the main story about all the angels that I came across. So everybody else, tell your story.
Well, I can definitely go. I think when we open ourselves to the divine in any way, we are open to all kinds of things we did not see coming. That God speaks to us and through us in more ways than we can imagine. And when we do that, I think we open to our angels. There was a country and western song that I can't think of the name of it, where the singer invited 10,000 angels to come and help her through. And I felt that way. I've felt like, okay, we need an army. Let's fix this. I have learned through my own history and past that living life on my terms and my way very nearly got me dead. It left me desperate and destitute and in despair. So when I get an answer I don't want or I don't like, I throw a tantrum and stomp my feet and do whatever I need to do to get rid of that energy and turn around and say, your way, not mine. Thy will be my will. And whatever it is I'm facing, I know that God is in it. And more and more, I have almost a foreknowledge that something is going to manifest that I don't want to see, I don't want to experience. I did not want that to happen. Thank you very much. And, there are things in the political climate right now that fall right into that for me. But I knew before the results were in how they were going to go on some level, whether I approved of them or not. And the answer I got was, this is the quickest way for humanity to reach the evolution that we are poised for. And it certainly is beyond my knowing or understanding, but I trust that voice within. I trust that the world is exactly the way it needs to be to become what it needs to become. So if that's my angel speaking to me or whatever it is, I am very grateful, because it helps me very much not to throw those tantrums in public, but to do them privately and then go out after I've, fixed my face. So that's what I've got on angels.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that thought. Um, you know, uh, listening to what you read and calling it angels is like, well, I just know I have protectors and angels, but I haven't thought of them like looking like angels. Well, like what we were raised to think, this is what this looks like. Well, that probably isn't so. It probably goes along with a lot of the other illusions of what we've gotten in our minds or whatever. And that kind of goes along with everything. And it's like I'm very great. I do know that there is a divine source that knows a lot better than I do. And that it's like sometimes I don't want to pray or like see the outcome of what I think I want, because God might have a different plan. There might be something better. And I think it was, God, I want to think it was Marianne Williamson many years ago at a conference, saying that, a person was praying and seeing this perfect job that they wanted and visualizing it and all of this, and got the job. And then the perfect job came that was more money, a different place. And it's like, so now I kind of know that maybe what I think isn't always, necessarily fact. And I'm grateful I'm not attached to a belief or a value, because I'm very glad I'm not in a lot of the hate that's going on today and the separation. It's like, I find it kind of mind blowing. It's like it has nothing to do with unity or health or feeling good inside. And it keeps reminding me that something outside isn't going to make things better, whether it's anything. It isn't the solution. The solution is for me to get out of my head and into my heart. Period. The rest of it is just man-made stuff. So, angel, the angel energy is always around us, whether it's that parking place that just shows up, or, oh my God, for me, I got angel. That was just a little drop that dropped into my life and saved my life. And And I love the way you shared, Linda, around your accident. It's like I hadn't really thought of it as being angels, but I knew that the accident I was in, there wasn't anybody, it was the desert or someplace, nobody knew where, and out of nowhere, a truck shows up with two guys that was able to call 911, and then there happened to be a trauma center, a few hundred miles away. Just happened to be all of these, which are those angels. And then Linda showing up, calling me. I quit my job, so I have extra time. If you need any help packing, blah, 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 blah. So angels are all around, that divine energy, just the divine energy, period. Thank you for the awesome topic.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing. And I liked what you said, Linda Baker, how the angels, when you had your accident, that these people that showed up and you recognize them as angels that were there, that the universe provided what you needed, at that point in time. And that's where, it's the fact that you are open to what universe can bring to you. And I find that the more we open ourselves up to the divine love and divine goodness, we will see those good Samaritans show up in our lives. We will have those incidents where we need that helping hand, and it'll be there, sometimes without asking. And it's like where it's said about the fact that, your angel needs you to invite you in. And that's sort of in the fact is you're inviting them in when you open yourself up to the divine goodness. You are open to the divine, and then they know that they will provide, where you need it. They're there, they're walking with you. And, in each and every time I have this thing where, the number 1111 is that the divine angel, and it's sort of is like at nighttime, it seems to be almost ironically that at a point in time when I'm thinking about going to bed, I'll look at the clock and I go, it's 1111. And I just sort of smile to myself because it says to me, my angel is saying, you can go to bed, you're okay. We're here to protect you. You're all right. You can end your day and we're protecting you. And so it's sort of like when I need to see that or something, it shows up. And Reverend Linda, I love the fact that you talked about the evolution, is that this outcome needed to be because of the evolution where we're going at. It's just so hard to see the changes that may come and be able to deal with it, but it is part of evolving to the next level. And I just have such a difficult time with the concerns, is like people say, I have to remember, we have to evolve. Sometimes we have to go, and it's like someone going through a serious illness. They've got to get really sick before they can get well. If there's someone going through an addiction, it is until they finally hit rock bottom that they finally realize that, they come back up. So sometimes it's like recognizing, so whatever, someone that's watching this, what you may be going through is just knowing that you are on a sacred path. This is what this is about, that we are on a sacred path, and you may not feel like you're there. If you've lost a loved one recently, that somewhere you are to evolve into where your next chapter in your life is to be. And it's sort of like, but the angels will guide you through it. Just call upon them to be there. So I want to thank everyone for sharing. If anybody else has any more that they want to add before I close this out, I would. Yes, Linda.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I think at that accident, my energy may have been calling out to the angels unbeknownst to me. But now that I hear you say that I can call them up when this session's over, I'm getting on the horn to the angels. Thank you, Kathy. I loved it.
Thank you, Linda. So if no one else has anything else they want to add to it, I'm going to let us, move ourselves into the angel energy, calling upon our angels to walk with us and to be with us and just to guide us, and know they were always there, ready to serve us. And your guardian angel is guiding over you and opening your heart to divine love and be present in the very moment and the essence. So have a very blessed day, and may your angels be with you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments, which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.